What is going on, you dead set legends? How is everyone going as we itch closer and closer to Christmas? Also closer to somebody's birthday. But I'll tell you what, here at the moment, it's a monumental day here in Australia. Well, not really. It's just a monumental day in my life. 9 years ago, I did my first ever charity run. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about arm wrestling. So fucking ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the number one arm wrestling live stream in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and of course I am. Look at that bad boy. You know what it is. Hey, look how fucking shiny it is. 2019 Melbourne Cup left arm, 80 to 95 kilo, third place getter. Most sought after trophy in the arm wrestling world. Give us a ready bang. Give us a ready bang for each and every one that is in the chat. And of course, thank you to my Patreon and YouTube bangers. You've been getting a bit of members only content lately. And for just 50 cents a week, I'm giving you more than you bloody should be getting. But every single dollar is going back to the channel. I'm buying a new microphone for my camera when I do some filming. And I appreciate each and every one of you that is on the list. I try and update it as much as I can. The problem is I don't get notified when someone cancels their membership. Sometimes I got to go back and I got to go have a look and I got to do this and I got to do that. But anyway, let's say hi to everyone in the chat before we discuss this topic. And I will get to why we are discussing this topic. Mate, the chat was going wild before we even went live. Pete West was kicking it off saying, judging the super matches already announced for 2023. I say we only reached the first base camp. I hope you are right. Luis Espinoza says, I don't understand how a slap contest is a thing. Arm wrestling is really underrated. Why look at the monsters competing in arm wrestling? I don't know why. I don't know why. Arm wrestling, like the video says, the sport can get more sponsors by promoting awareness on LinkedIn. Multiple years of growth are possible. What have we got here? Deeps. I think a lot of things peaked since COVID. Arm wrestling got a lot of hype. Not a lot of people know arm wrestling is actually competitive. They just think it's what you do at a bar. Absolutely. Evan, my man, who's got beers with bad company after this, says, no, this is growing. The Drew24 says, ready bang-a-lang-a-ding-dong. Ready bang-a-lang-a-ding-dong. It hasn't peaked yet because I still haven't joined the party. I haven't gone to East versus West yet. Can everyone please like the video? Get in there, just like the video. Let's get it cracking. My man, the Iron Giant, says, peaked. Absolutely not. What else have we got as I quickly say hi to everyone? Stacey Morgan in the chat says, arm wrestling hasn't even come close to peaking yet. But it's turned some heads and created some conversations on its way. What else have we got? Peaked. Are you kidding me? We're just getting started. Ready, bang. Swedish Arm Wrestling TV says, what's up, everybody? What's up to you, Craigie? How are you doing, buddy? Atlantis IRL says, what's up, everybody? Cheers from Mildura, Australia. Yo, from Ohio. His name is Pseudonym. Pseudonym is the nice fellow that gifted you the membership. Pseudonym is his name. Swedish Viking. I'll be seeing some Swedish Vikings soon come March when I'm off to Norway, and it's Norway versus Sweden. Arm wrestling battle. It's going to be a huge weekend. Ready bang, says Atlantis. All hail the chat. Jeremiah, ready bang. Parker, Kimber. Says arm wrestling peaks every day. Today is always better than yesterday. Mark Wright says, ready bang. Greetings from Warlock Arm Wrestling. Greetings to you. Dan Jean in the house says, ready bang. It should peak if we see Dennis versus Levan, and Dennis has gone in with form. You think that's the ultimate peak, says Swisher. Lazy Hook, my man, says ready, bang. Travis Tuggle's up and about. And so's his opponent, Joel Cagle, the chicken man. And two are going at it Friday night, which is good. It's peaking now and will continue to peak moving forward. Troy says it will blow up when it becomes a team competition and entertaining to the masses. Todd and Oleg's love child with a super chat. Thank you very much. You're rock star, he says, in to improve our relationship. Our relationship doesn't need improving. I know you come in with good banter, fun trolling, mate, but then you also come in with good stuff. You're one of the good ones, my man. Absolutely, really, really appreciate the super chat. You dead set legend. Sasquatch says, ready, bang. So, people kept asking, Aussie, is arm wrestling going to get better? Messages, have fun discussions with people off screen. Is arm wrestling going to get bigger? Are we going to explode? When are we going to hit mainstream? Will it ever hit mainstream? Straight away, I was like, you're kidding yourself. We haven't even come close to peaking. Not even close. But then I like to think of the other side of the coin. So for me, in order for this to get mainstream and get to the top tier level and on TV, you need charismatic fellows. You need superstars. You need people that speak English for it to be worldwide. Not just big in this country or big in this continent, in my opinion, for it to hit worldwide. So I was sitting there and I was like, okay, you've got the greatest arm wrestler of all time, John Brasink, at 57, 58 years old, still hanging and banging. But how long can that last? How much little assistance does he need? Are we going to see videos from John Brasink in 5 years' time? He's like, oh, yeah, I've been trying this new bionic arm that allows me to arm wrestle. Who knows? You've got Devin that's pulling anyone and everyone. He's doing stem cells. He's 46, 47. So our megastars, I think my only worrying thing, my initial answer, has arm wrestling peaked? Not at all. I believe we can go to the moon. But what are some things that are holding us back? Erebus Calm says, stem cells brought John back down to 37. I hope you are right. And Will, 80K, says, watching Aussie post-neck surgery is a good day. Did you just have neck surgery, mate? Oh, wish you all the best. Wish you all the best, mate. If you've had neck surgery, that's shit house. I hope you're feeling better, my man. I got me pack of frozen peas here for my swollen leg for my hip surgery. But, and Will, hope you're feeling good, feeling better. So arm wrestling it's in a very, very interesting place. It's in a place that I love. Do I think arm wrestling is peaked? Not at all. I think it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But I do love playing the devil's advocate. I love arguing this up. Aussie, it's peaked because of A, B, and C. Well, because of this. So the number one thing I was going to, you've got Devin, you've got John. Where's our next tier of Western pullers? Now, you've got to understand you've got some of the best people that are in Europe, but no one has very rarely heard of them. I mean, look at Gashevsky, for example. You had to qualify for King of the Table. Multi-time WAF world champion. And he's had to qualify for a match at King of the Table. Doesn't speak English that well. I don't even think he does speak English. I have to go back to the Mark Boyd interview and check it out. So, and it's things like that. because there are some mega people in Europe. Oleg Petrenko is one of my favorite arm wrestlers. Not many people had heard of Oleg until he pulled John at East versus West. And now if you're not a lunatic like we all are, now some people are like, well, Oleg's not that good because John beat him. So quickly say hi, Benji Max in the house. How are you, Benji Mac, you star? Then we've got Mr. Peanut. I love that name for some reason. Marketing scorecard. Create a standardized scorecards, creating statistical and analytic system. Scorecards are excellent for sports analysts to keep quick notes and follow the action of the match. Interesting. They do have scorecards, though, throughout the thing. So JJ says it's crazy how people have only heard of Oleg recently. Yeah, he's a megastar. Andre Lubke says, no, you titling baiting bastard. Mate, I agree with you, but I am playing devil's advocate as well. If you jumped in a little earlier, which I'll keep going to in a moment. Ready, bang. Andre, you seem like a passionate arm wrestling supporter like me. So, you know all the Europeans and things like that. But if I'm playing devil's advocate, you know what I mean? The European stars that we're hearing, I mean, Coach Ray's phenomenal. And a big part of that is because he can speak English and he can speak it very well. We've all becoming more of Hermes Gasparini because he's been practicing his English. Yevgeny Prudnik was able to speak a bit of English. Now, a lot of us, there's us people at the base, our lunatics will watch anything and everything. Any small bit of arm wrestling, we will watch. But for it to be mainstream and peak really big, we need these big European monsters to be able to speak, in my opinion, a lot better English than they can really connect with the Western world and things like that. There's that. Then we have things like, I kept reading all the bloody comments, and I lost my bloody train of thought. Mark Wright says, isn't that the advantage? We have so many beasts to be made public. The superstars deserve their status, but the unknown are exciting challenges. Translators work great. Absolutely, translators can work great. How are you, Sarah Latona? Not long to your big match. Can't wait for that. They talk with their hands, Michael Workspace. Yes, they do talk with their hands. But I think for new viewers, that can't be enough. Like a perfect example was when I was in hospital. And forgive me for those that have already heard the story. I was in the hospital and Devin was pulling Yevgeny, and it took him forever to do round one. I was watching the premiere on, I think it was either Engen's channel or the East versus West channel. And it just took forever to get the match start, and my nurses left. So they weren't too intrigued. So my only concerns, a few things are probably if some of these big European units can all speak better English, that'd be mega. Our superstars in the Western world are aging a bit. Todd Hutchings and John Brzezinski roughly around the same age. How many more matches have they got left in the leagues? Devin. How long have they got left in the tank? So then where's our next tier of superstars? I love watching Matt Mars pull. He's just not getting enough wins on the board. Dave Chafee, how long can he keep pulling the super heavyweight guys? You know what I mean? Corey West is becoming is up and coming, which is good. Chance Shaw is becoming up there, becoming a superstar. So it's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And like here, Lucha says, I can't watch interviews with translations. happening. And I want to I love getting all the Europeans on the show and the people that spend time to help me translate. I absolutely love them. They suck for audience retention. They do. It's not the best. So they're like just my little concerns. Now, why I think we're still ready to peak, because we've got 5, potentially 6 mega companies. So you got the Monster Factory this weekend. We all know what East versus West has done. King of the Table are providing mega matches and arguably the best match of all time, Dave versus Vitali. And you've got Arm Wars. Yeah, we all know what Arm Wars brings to the table. And then, of course, as I share the screen, we've got another player coming into town, and that's Arm Gods. And that is Arm Gods. Now, you've got to understand now, Arm Gods is becoming number 5. Make sure you all sign up. 2 days, 12 hours to go. Make sure you sign up to Arm Gods. Now, I understand like it could be big in Europe, and if no one speaks English, that's fine. If they're all making millions and millions of dollars, then that's even, and that's amazing. I absolutely love it. There's room for it. So with all the and apologies if I bounce back and forth, I talk positive, I contradict myself, rah rah rah. I just go whatever comes into my head. I very rarely plan anything, and I really should. So all of these things are happening. Then what happens when there's too many big mega promotions? So should we have one major promotion and they run every month? Or is having all these different sorts of promotions? Like, when does the number stop? For me, I hope there are many more mega promotions. If you go to India, the Pro Puncher League is doing amazing. People still love tournaments. So you have WAF, IFA, I think PAL. They're all running their world championships. So there's still room for tournaments. You've got the 5 companies I told you about. We in the North is trying to get in there. A lot of people are trying to get into the pay-per-view realm of arm wrestling. So will there be a time when there's too many and that explodes and we come full circle and we're back to contracts? Now, no one's been mentioning anything of contracts. I am playing hypothetical Peter. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to get to the comment section in a moment. So when we get, say 15 companies all running 3 or 4 pay-per-views a year, then is it, all right, well, you can only pull A, B, and C. You got to sign here and then teams are working together and you can only pull A, B, and C. So it just really matters. Will it just start boiling and then explode and then we're back to contracts and Devin can only pull King of the Table? Are we back to contracts and, Aussie Arm Wrestler can only attend Arm Wars? Are we getting to that stage? Let's see what some people are saying. Saplenkov just had 1.1 million views in 6 days on non-social media channels. Yes. But will Denis Saplenkov fall in the realm of Schoolboy? So a lot of the people that follow Schoolboy won't watch any other arm wrestling. They just want to watch Schoolboy. They believe Schoolboy and Alex are the 2 best arm wrestlers in the world. They just love Schoolboy. For example, Arm Wrestling TV were working with Tim Talmy, Jam Sports Entertainment, who are running Washington States this year. I hope they absolutely kill it. They ran a pay-per-view. We had Coach Ray versus Artem, Giannis versus Corey Miller. We had Wayne Withers on the card, Don Underwood on the card. Pay-per-view sales for a channel with 1.6 million subscribers, because Alex or Schoolboy didn't pull on the card, not that many pay-per-view sales. Not that many at all. And they did like sign up for the membership for the month, and that was your pay-per-view. So they ran it on the members only. And I remember watching it, and I was like, whoa. I would have thought at least 5%, which is 80,000 buys, would have happened. So does this video here, those 1.1 million, do they just love watching Denis Saplenkov do anything? Crack walnuts, go to the gym, table time. So then if Denis puts something else on his channel, not many people might watch it. If that, am I making sense with that comment? Personality is everything, says Dan Jean. The Drew24, armgods.com. Fox wants to know who's coming to Armgods event this January. It's going to be awesome. Are you hinting a future quality gap between North America and Europe? I can definitely see that scenario unfolding. Maybe. I don't know. Fox gives us a ready. Bang! Love it. Aussie, do the Europeans buy pay-per-views? Not as many as we would like. Let's put it that way. Not as many as we would like. People are talking about the North American government needs to support like Europe, and there's always, and then there will always be a gap. Oh man, comments are flying. Nice cookie cutter tattoos. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I would love if Arm Wars was on Netflix. I would love if any of these promotions were on there. Absolutely. What's everyone saying? Mark Wright says, I love the many promotions, but should there be a standardized World League along with special promotions? I think yes. Engen's opinion is great, but is he the only legitimate voice of arm wrestling? No. No, there's plenty of important players in arm wrestling. Peaked, we're fixing to go crazy. Says Robert Kelly. How are you, buddy? John the Savage Terrian. John Terrian just gives a bit of a wave. He's like, hello, mate. He's on a bit of a tear. The Terrian, he's on a massive tear. He's doing amazing, and I love it. I love it. He's taken huge advantage. More support for small channels producing free content is important. Chanshaw had a great event, a great live event last weekend. Maybe a couple of hundred in the chat. Good video, fast-paced. Was that just for the super match, or was that just for the tournament with Florida? Let me know. Ralph's. He's just giving me a quick ready bang. Aussie, will Don tell you what the percentage of sales? I know the breakdown. I'm just not allowed to say. Hopefully, I'll be getting Don on the show. He's been mega busy. Hopefully, we'll get a bit of a behind the scenes. And then if he's willing to let out that information, then that'll be awesome. So, I believe arm wrestling can grow. I believe what all these companies are producing has a spot in the place for the arm wrestling world. I believe a lot of these YouTube channels have a spot in the arm wrestling world. I genuinely do. If 1.1 million people are watching a Denis Saplenkov video, if you're like me, you watch more. You can watch more of you can watch more than one video per day. You know what I mean? So there's no reason why 1.1 million people can watch one of my videos. I wish you would, but you guys are the quality. You guys are the awesome like that. So that's why I believe with this social media world. Now, we don't have to be back on ESPN to peak. the very interesting thing is, and I love seeing the numbers. So the Monster Factory is live this weekend, and I love seeing the numbers compared to what happened, all the pay-per-view sales. Now, it's not going to be John versus Corey Monster versus Toddzilla because the super chats were flying. They made some good bank. Obviously, not enough if you sell 10,000 pay-per-views, but made good bank in the sponsorships and things like that. They've got their own system, which I support and I love. And, of course, the pay-per-view system that I've been a part of, I support and I love. So I still believe there's so much potential to grow. What I do hope is that all the top tier companies, because you've got to understand, everyone's running their states competitions, their national competitions. They're trying to get their own promotion off the ground. This Pin 'em All. Pin 'em All's another great one in Germany. They're being amazing. So has Arm Wrestling peaked? I believe no. But I will play devil's advocate like I was saying. What happens when Devon stops pulling? When John stops pulling? Or their quality of matches decline? You know what I mean? Like, I love watching Matt Mask pull. A lot of people are not happy that Matt Mask is getting matches because he's just not getting the wins. So, which blows my mind because Matt is so entertaining. So, yeah, it's... and it's hard because everyone here in the chat is an awesome lunatic like myself. We just love arm wrestling, and anytime someone releases a video, we quickly run over and we watch it. But can you guys, come on guys, can we quickly hit the like button? Let's quickly get up to 50 likes. So there was a comment here. Where was it? Deep says, where are the big name sponsors? There's a couple of things. There's a couple of things with this. Some of the sponsors I've spoken to have gone on and they'll type in arm wrestling. And then some arm wrestling channels pop up and it's them slagging off, talking negatively about the athletes, other YouTubers and things like that. And they've literally dropped the names and they're like, hang on, I've seen this one. And I'm not going to name names. I'm not into that. I'm a believer in karma. So they'll jump in and I've spoken to some sponsors because I've wanted to get sponsors for my channel. So then I can sit there and go, right, awesome. I can put on a $300 super match. Jordan Davis versus Mario Tambakis. Fly to Melbourne. Let's have a match. But then they'll look and they'll type in arm wrestling and some of these channels pop up. And they're like, nah, not a problem. In an COVID post-era is scaring sponsors. Hopefully in the future it won't scare too much. And it's, two guys standing less than a meter apart, holding hands, screaming in each other's faces. So that's, some people perceive that they can put their company. So if your company went hard on code, where you fucking social distance, all of that, then companies are struggling. It's like, hang on, you were big on social distancing and everything, and now you're putting money into this sport where they're in there. So the big name sponsors will hopefully come. The Monsters are getting awesome sponsors. The East versus West, King of the Table, are getting awesome sponsors. Arm Wars are getting sponsors. But like every time, I think of Wristball, every time I see, affiliate sponsors, okay, go to Wristball, put in code word Arm Wars, you get yourself 10% off. And then, of course, Arm Wars will get a cut of every sale you use the code word. There's a lot. I can get this channel with 1 billion affiliate sponsors. The amount of people that come in and say, can you promote this? We'll give you a code word. And I'm just like, I've got a couple of affiliate sponsors because I just want to help them out. And now I'm just like, don't even. All righty. back to the comments. My man, Michael Edwards, Texas Piranha, in the chat. He's saying, ready bang. What's up, brother? Love you, my man. It needs promotion experts to grow outside of YouTubers. What else have we got? Everyone's just chatting to each other, which is good. All righty. What have I missed? Morozov is the future. We need Morozov. Speak a bit more English. Devon's forearm. Ready, bang. Made it. Love you, Devon's forearm. How you going, buddy? What else have we got? Okay, everyone's just talking to each other. Hansi reckons they won't sponsor P&D infested sports, and that can turn some people off. Some people just look at the athlete, but that has done it before. John Doe, thank you very much for your super chat. John Doe, you superstar. Says arm wrestling needs to be put back on ESPN or something like that. The exposure to the mainstream is needed. Neil needs to get Arm Wars back to the mainstream. Go Aussie Arm Wrestler. Go Uncle John. Thank you very much, John Doe. I would love it. I'll tell you what I would love. If I turn on Netflix and I just see the latest episode of Arm Wars up there, then I'll turn on my pay TV and King of the Table is on ESPN. Then I flick through the channels and I'm on Eurosport. And it's like East versus West highlights. I believe to grow outside of arm wrestling fans, I do believe it needs to be on the telly. Because when you're just flicking through, oh, what's this? Oh, this is pretty cool. I'm going to check it out. And you start Googling it and off you go. We had a bit of a huge peak when it came to, like, in the COVID area. Everyone finished watching everything on YouTube. And then they're like, oh, what's this arm wrestling thing? So I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you. I would love it to be back on TV. I do believe, I know that streaming services and everything is the way of the future, but I still think there's a big portion if we can get it on the telly. ESPN, Fox Sports 1, Eurosport, all the big, Sky Sports, and all the big channels there. And thank you very much for your super chat. Thank you very much, John Doe. And a lot of people, Dan John Terrian, all agreeing with what my man has to say. Everyone's having a chat with each other. But someone needs to sponsor Aussie. I've got a couple of affiliate sponsors. But yes, I would love it if I could sit there and say, this video is sponsored to you by such and such. But you guys are amazing. You guys watch everything. You guys like everything. You guys comment in everything. If you are a fan of other sports, and me being an idiot though, because I can't get enough of YouTube, I've started another page. Aussie calls it. I commentate dumb sports. I commentate sporting fails. Over here, I'm doing live commentary on actual sports, and I'm talking about the worst sporting tattoo ever. And it happened here in Australia. So I've hit 100 subscribers. What? So if you can after this, Aussie calls it. But only subscribe if you're going to watch the videos. Anyway, let's get back to it. Okay, where was I? Basically, arm wrestling is a right-leaning sport in a left-leaning world. Yes, with cancel culture and all that shit, and then you got us Neanderthals here. Yeah. Of course, if we can get mega superstars to do arm wrestling, that's going to bring in more people. But then again, it's that risk. Are they only going to bring in to watch Brian Shaw? Are they only going to come in to watch Thor? Does that make sense? It'll be cool if The Rock, Goldberg, Leonardo DiCaprio get into it. But then if we can convert 10% of those people he's brought over to be arm wrestling fans, that's what we need to do. If we bring in the Brian Shaw fans, the Eddie Hall fans, the Thor fans, the Leo fans, the Brad Pitt fan, we've got to convert them to love the sport, not just them doing the sport. What else have we got? What else have we got? Let me give you an analogy. 12 months ago, Mike Tyson, Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall wouldn't be doing cameo arm wrestling videos or chat about it. That's a good sign that the sport is growing. Oh, like I said, my initial answer, has arm wrestling peaked, is a hard no, in my opinion. But when people message me, I love getting the discussion and the conversation going, because I do have a poll and there's 18% of the people saying that we have peaked. So I do find the whole conversation interesting. Hope those peas are working a treat. Yeah, it's just because my leg is swollen. My leg is absolutely swollen. Everyone's just talking to each other in the chat. That's right. People forget we have our major X factor. Our sport has its own Elon, Marcus, the benefactor Thompson. Who knows what he's capable of? And Marcus is a very good businessman. That's why I'm a big fan of Arm Gods. We have discussions out, off camera. And he's like, he's got a bit of the Eric Bischoff. So if you don't know, Eric Bischoff, when he ran WCW to compete with WWF. And this is what I did when I first started with my channel. I did the exact same thing. You write down everything that all those guys are doing. And you do the opposite. That's why I'm telling everyone, you got to watch the first Arm Gods. Watch the first Arm Gods. And we've got to get that happening. So January, watch the first Arm Gods. The suit matches are going to be wild. It's going to look different to all the others. Yes, the mega stars aren't there. We've got Devon, who may have a left-handed match and he's going to attend the event. So that gives us name recognition. Mega. Then you've got us second-tier people, and I mean that the most polite way. Myself, Uncle John, Paul Maiden, Evan Burgoyne. Us second-tier people are trying to push it. We're trying to climb in the first tier. So, yeah, really keep an eye on it. Arm Gods is bringing us back to our root. Evan, are you on in 20 minutes? Let me know. Are you on in 20 minutes? So I want to make sure I don't go over time and we can send people over to you. But yes, Arm Gods, something big is happening in Arm Gods. Big Rab's going to be there. Strongman, he's barely on TV, but it's doing well. People only 40. Yeah, but hey, Todd Hutchings started at 35. Worst sporting tattoo ever. Well, watch the video and get in the comments, Evan. What else have we got? Everyone's being cool. I mentioned this on Arm Wrestling discussion page about Facebook 3 years ago and got crucified for it. Mention what, Kangaroo Jack, because I'm a little bit behind in the comments. Mention what? I wonder if we can get Andrew Tate to sit front row at King of the Table. No, get him to arm wrestle. I'll have a match with Andrew Tate. I need to speak to Carlet. Give me a match with Andrew Tate. What have we got? Okay, Arm Gods. That's what we love to hear. Did you just call me second tier? I call myself second tier. Oh, you're going live in an hour and 20. Wait, where'd it go? Where did Evans? Hour and 20 minutes. So you're live in an hour and 20 minutes. Good. Okay. Biggest variable for marketing the sport grows having charismatic people. Not enough arm wrestlers promote their matches. That's why Devon stands above the rest in the sport. We all know me. We all know I'm big on you've got to help the promotion out. You know, you've got to help the promotion out. I would love to see the figures of East versus West pay-per-view buys. Like if Devon didn't pull the difference in numbers. Yeah, everyone knows I'm big on this one. Every single person knows that we need, more people promoting it. Isaiah says, arm wrestling has tied itself to a few big YouTube channels. Their growth contributes to arm wrestling growth, and I expect both to continue. I think we haven't peaked either. Also, I've got to bring this up as well. This same time tomorrow, guys, I need all of your feedback. I need you guys to come help me out. So the same time this show started today, I've got to show you something. Tomorrow, how do I review this? So I'm on, maybe if I go to Star Chats. There we go. So I'm live tomorrow on StarCam. Go to starcam.com. I think you may have to download the app, but I'm on starcam.com. I'm going live tomorrow. Rick Hopper's reached out to me. He says, I've got this new streaming service. Can you help me out? And we need all your feedback, honest feedback. If you don't like it, let me know why you don't like it. If you love it, let me know, and let me know the things you love about it. Like one thing off the top of my head, I love you can send in a video chat for those that want to get their face on camera. You can send yourself a video chat. So the same time tomorrow, I'm going to be live over here. I need as many people. You don't have to be live for the whole thing. Come in, let me know. Got to do a Q&A over there. God, I love all you Dead Set legends. I love you all so much. All righty. What else have we got? Evans live 80 minutes from now. Yep. What else have we got? The other second tier guy. Oh, you guys are awesome. What else have we? Yeah, that's the big risk as well. So here in Australia, we had a rugby league weekly show, and they had an arm wrestle, and someone broke their arm, and yeah, that wasn't the best for the sport. I'll share the link probably before I go there. I can't stream at the same time just yet. Drew, for that one. First StarCam, chatting about big units. John Terrian says, Jake, what do you think about the Chance and Bowen rematch? Hey, I get to hang out with Chance. I think it's great. I think it's going to be good. You'd have to lean to Chance at the favourite, but Ryan upsets people. Ryan gets people in different positions. Now, Chance dominated Zurab, which I loved. Zurab dominated Ryan, which I hated. So arm wrestling math says the Chance dominates Ryan. But will we have what we were talking about yesterday, the triangle of doom? And will it flip on its head? And will Ryan dominate Chance? So they're going to do that. I think it's going to be a fun, exciting match. Hopefully it's not a domination either way, but I think it's going to be a good match. Zoso Top Roll. You seem new, mate, unless you've changed your name. Shortening the watch time would help. Maybe have the event happen unaired, and then within an hour or two, upload it, cut down a bit. Kind of like Arm Wars, but putting out faster than my ex. Ready, bang. Love that little analogy at the end. That's my number one thing. I'm big on that. For arm wrestling to get better, for arm wrestling to get bigger, go watch the old school Arm Wars. You couldn't stop the thing. It was introduction to the athletes, round one, graphic, strap match, but they were already in the strap. Bang, 25 minutes and you just wouldn't stop. 20 minutes and it just wouldn't stop. I really like that if it's going to be on TV. For me, kill the dead time. Kill the dead time, and we're on. Everyone's been awesome. Cliffy started arm wrestling at 64 years old. Ready Bang from Tom has Limits Hall. Ready Bang, how you doing, my brother from down under? I am doing amazing, mate. Life is awesome. I hang out with my wife and my daughter. I work 24 hours a day for arm wrestling, try and grow the sport of arm wrestling. Getting excited for Christmas and my birthday. Yes, I'll do a birthday live stream because I can't help myself. I'm doing well. How are you doing, mate? How are you doing, Tom? And how's everyone else doing in the chat? Just a quick, give me a quick yes. Or, no, sorry. A quick no if you think arm wrestling hasn't peaked. Which me, I don't think arm wrestling has peaked at all. I don't think arm wrestling has peaked at all. I think we've got so much awesome room for improvement, and we're going to rock and roll. If you think arm wrestling has peaked, can you let me know why in the comments? Still in physio from your surgery? I had physio yesterday. Awesome. What else have we got? Yeah, I, for one, love the 6 hours of arm wrestling for $15. Casual fans, not so much. Absolutely. And that's why WWE sales are dropping, because they're having 3-hour shows every Monday, 2-hour shows every Friday, and then they're having 6 or 7 hour long pay-per-views or live events. And it's like, not many people have that time. Lunatics like us, we will make time. Ready? Bang, says Niagara Sam. It's good. Everyone's saying, no, it hasn't peaked. No, it hasn't peaked. Swisher Sweet's happy because I did see those results. And the Kings, Sacramento Kings, are on a bit of a win streak. We got a whole heap of no's. That's what I love to see. Not even close. If you mean peaked as it's the best ever, then hell yeah, my man, SG Records. How are you, buddy? Look, I think we can still grow. I think we can get bigger and bigger and bigger. But earlier on in the stream, I like to play devil's advocate. I love to just contradict myself all the time. So I appreciate it. And hopefully, guys, SG Records and I will be on the show. We're going to try and get some of the Georgian superstars on the show. And my man here is the translator. So hopefully we can get some of the Georgian rock stars on the show. James thinks it's the cusp of being huge. How could arm wrestling peak when we're still waiting for Bowen versus RVJ? What else have we got? Everyone's just getting in there. Nothing trends in a straight line. Everything is peaks and valleys, just like the stock market. A dip isn't a bad thing. Some of the best gains come after a drop. Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it's just going to go up and up and up, but I feel we're going to be like GameStop. That's how I feel. Hopefully without the crash. For those who don't know, GameStop, it just come out of nowhere and went. I think we're making more and more noise for sure. Brandon, it hasn't peaked. It's gaining popularity. We might get to see it more popular if we continue to see guys like Brian Shaw getting involved. Hopefully. What else are people saying? Petrello, ready, bang. Everyone's been awesome. Doing great, brother. We will do great live streams. Yes, when we get those big mega stars on, my man. Appreciate the super chat, you superstar. Appreciate it. So you're saying, yes, hold all the stocks in arm wrestling. Hold all the stocks in arm wrestling. I reckon we're building. I absolutely reckon we are building. Everyone's just all having a chat at the moment. Well, there you go. Not My Monkey says curling is in the Olympics, and not arm wrestling. Well, would arm wrestling be a summer or winter sport? I think it'd be a summer sport because we have boxing and we have wrestling and taekwondo and things like that. Chuggington's in the house. So it's just got to hear Dead Set Legends. Ready, bang. So, yeah, I'm all for it. I am all for arm wrestling not peaking. I think with everything that's going on, I think with the 5 major promotions and others really getting in there, like Magda just got John Brezink versus Todd Hutchings as the main event at their show. John Terrian's got a pull at that event, who's been hanging out in the chat. Yeah. So that could be 6 people. Arm Sports Entertainment, he does his Washington States every year, but he dipped into the pay-per-view markets. Who else dipped into the pay-per-view markets? Kirsten Prodigy did that awesome one in Malta. Shame he got injured. You know what I mean? So then, will we get too many? I don't think there is a too many, but then my interesting thing, playing devil's advocate, was say we have 10, 11, 12, as I was saying earlier, 10, 11, 12, awesome main players, and they're signing people to contracts. And that was the thing that got people upset with when WAL was up and about. Breakdancing is in the next Olympics. Also, we just got to chill the... I think steroids is a huge reason we're not in the Olympics. Robert Anello says, ready. Bang! Superstar. Thank you, Robert. Yes, I do say everyone's being awesome. I do say that a lot. It's funny. I don't think I say the same things all the time until someone points it out. And then I'm like, yeah, I say it a lot. I would love to go back and just watch. I probably say the same 10 things over and over again without even knowing. Captain Obvious has jumped in. Says, ready, Bay. Sorry, a comment's made me lose it. And I don't want to bring it up. It's not this comment. I'll read your comment in a minute, Captain Obvious. But there's a comment in the chat that's caught me off guard. I need to get my laugh out of the way. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I wish I could private message this person. Oh, all righty. Captain Obvious says. I've lost it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hit the like button while I piss myself laughing. All righty. Captain Obvious says, ready bang. I'd say arm wrestling is on the rise again. The sport was rocking during the mid-80s to the mid-90s with over-the-top and massive tournaments like Yukon Jack. Yes, it has. It has room. I think it has. It has grown. We're hitting another patch. That was like the comment earlier about, the stocks. Mid-80s, mid-90s, bang, the 2020s. And we are on. What else have we got? Let's have it. I think we're on. Someone hit Jake's reset button. You'll stop laughing shortly, says Jeremiah. Someone hit Jake's reset. Oh man. Yeah, sorry for losing my shit there, Farnese. We'll go for about 5 or 10 minutes, guys, and then you can have a break and head over to Beers with Bad Company. What else have we? Okay. Oh, mate, I am big, SG. I am big on laughter is Chuggington's just saying it. Laughter is the best medicine. I piss myself laughing a million times a day. My wife and I, all we do is laugh. A lot of you may not know, like, what I've been through, especially in the last, 2 years, watching my wife lose all of her hair, battle cancer, and everything. So, when other channels, rag on me, they think they're offending me, or people get in the comments, and they think that they've hurt me. You fucking idiots. No chairs. I am a very, very happy dude. Daniel's just jumped in. He says, peaked. Not a chance. I'm with you. I was playing devil's advocate. Wanted to get the conversation going. I knew that everyone that was coming to watch the live stream, I knew everyone would be saying that arm wrestling hasn't peaked. That's why we're all here. That's why we're all watching it. I appreciate each and every one of you. But I know for some people, and the questions were coming in, which sparked this conversation, the questions were coming in that they feel once they get, once John stops, Devin stops, we get the Dennis versus Levan match. People, which, touch wood, doesn't happen, but that could all be done in the next 12 months. John might build up and he goes, you know what, that'll do. Devin might just conquer everyone or pull everyone and just have another injury, and he might go. That'll be done. We might get that Levan versus Dennis match. And then if Levan crushes Dennis, just say he does, well, then no one can beat Levan. So then we need that millimeter, that minuscule of chance that someone can beat Levan. We need it. So, yeah. That's my thoughts. No way has it peaked. Dustin has just come in and says, no way it has peaked. The evolution of the sport has just started with this generation. Dustin, I'm with you. I love it. I hope you are right. Tom, are you talking to me? If I ever come to Toronto and I'll drive you to surprise Devin at a practice, are you talking to me? If you are, fun story. I tried to move to Toronto and lasted 6 days. Packed everything up. I didn't sell my houses, but I packed everything up and I'm like, I got to go. I need to get out of here. I'm going to try and go live in Toronto. Got a job as a security guard. They kept stuffing me around like, yep, we'll approve your visa. We'll approve your working visa. We'll approve it. And they just kept doing it. And I couldn't postpone my flights. And I was just in a bit of a bad phase, and I was like, I've got to get out of here. They almost didn't let me in the country, and they're like, if we catch you working, you're in big trouble. Went straight to my job, and they're like, you can start work as soon as we get your working visa. Never got it. Was back by the next weekend. Damn. I don't think arm wrestling has peaked at all, but at least in the USA, I think WAL or something like it really needs to come back. It would help a lot. Go support Monster Factory. They're trying everything and giving you the content for free to try and be the number one event in North America. Love or hate the Todds, they're trying to bring something in North America. The last Monster Factory had banger of a matches, getting new stars people haven't heard of. Like Dustin Hyatt got to go to Arm Wars because of Monster Factory. We got John versus Corey. We got Todd versus Todd. We had some awesome matches. Paul Lynn beating Ron Barth. Like, we had some awesome stuff for the first two Monster Factories. Everyone's got to get over there and watch it. Maybe chuck it on mute. Come listen to me and Ryan Bowen commentate, because we'll be having a commentary watch party. America needs a hero. There was a stage where I was a shell of a man. Absolutely. Arm Gods is WAL's replacement. I hope so, my man. I hope so. Honorary Canadian. Thank you. Some people hate the roids, and that's why it's not going mainstream. There you go. Yeah, it's all very, very interesting. It's all very mega. Yeah, so Monster Factory is big on analytics. Love them or hate them. Yeah. They're sponsors. So if they come in analytics and be like, hey, guys, hundreds of thousands of people are watching our events, and even after 30 days later, they're still watching it. This is why you need to sponsor, get yourself a lifetime sponsorship. Then they're not asking the actual arm wrestling community for money. They have a budget. They pay their athletes. They have different way. Obviously the more popular, the better you are. You get a higher payday. But they pay their athletes on the main card. They give opportunities for people on the undercard. And I really think everyone should get down. And look, I've been fortunate enough to spend some time with them on camera and off camera. There's some really awesome people. Some really, really awesome people. I cannot speak highly of them enough. They've been nothing but good to me. But anytime I have conversations with them, they call me randomly. Like when I had them on the show the other day, we spoke for 2 hours afterwards. They're just good people. But what have we got? Yeah, people are talking about the TV. Yeah, WAL need sponsorship. My man Rhett, that I'm trying to get on the Monster card, the Monster Factory card. My mate Rhett says, killing it, Wardy. Love your work. Need to order myself another Aussie Arm Wrestler t-shirt. I need to order myself Aussie Arm Wrestler t-shirts. I'm going to speak to my old, the people that made my last ones, but I kind of want to get Ready Bang on the back of it. So hopefully, see you later, Fox. He says, got a jet. His pizza's ready. He's got a jet. Yeah, Rhett, hopefully in January. Because I can fork out about $2,000, I think it is, to order a whole heap of new shirts. But thanks for jumping in, you Dead Set Legends. And he was one of my very first, back in the day, very first Patreon people, Rhett. Jake is bad poster child for our sport. He needs to get off cycle. I'm juicing too much, bro. Absolutely. My problem is I juice in the voice box, so I can just go and go and go. What else have we got? What else before we wrap up the show? Team Sports sponsoring now Arm Wrestling says hi. How are you, buddy? PayPal you. You've PayPal me? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying that companies need to be able to use PayPal? Because you haven't PayPal'd me. Let me know what you mean, my man. Fox is still listening. He's just having something to eat. Having said, we had homemade pizzas last night. Fox, your superstar. Hope all is well. There we go. Jake No Neck Ward. that is amazing. PayPal you. I'm trying to. My man here. He says I will, but here. Yes, you'll PayPal me. If you PayPal me, I'll obviously ask you your question or something like that. So if you do a PayPal donation, which is my PayPal down here, then I get 100% of it, where YouTube is a little bit less. If that makes sense. Ready, bang! Says Brian Johnson, which is good. Yeah, Arm Wrestling's just mega. I do apologize if I haven't read it. I can't read out everyone's comments because you guys are. Everyone is awesome. Everyone is awesome in the chat. I think we're heading in the right direction. 100%. I think we're heading in the right direction. Because I feel at the moment the four and when Arm Gods comes are all doing different things to each other. You've got the dramatic, cinematic, weekly, episodic Arm Wars, which I love. It brings me nostalgia. It brings me good arm wrestling. I love it. Because there's so much arm wrestling out there, I personally quite enjoy it. Of course, we all want to know the results straight away. East versus West has that competition, us versus them. Western society versus Eastern society. Who is better? Who is stronger? And they're bringing the greatest arm wrestlers to ever go, whilst also trying to get some people you may not have heard of. King of the Table are having some of the best matches ever and also bringing in some of your YouTubers. Schoolboy pulls there. Larry Wheels. Carlet. Got myself on there. YouTuber. And things like that. Then we've got Monster Factory hitting that North American. You get to see the best in America pull each other, which we've kind of got at WAL before they started bringing some internationals in. But, you get the best in America. So if you want to go, America, fuck yeah. And then I can't tell you what's happening in Arm Gods, but it's going to be different than all of them. So at the moment, I feel we are on. We are on. Dustin says, Jake, you're a legend. Thanks, mate. Keep up the commentary and hope to see you announcing at more main events. Cheers, man. Thank you. I hope so too. And it's you guys. What you got to do whenever there's a poll, or you just go to all, you go to Engman, you go to Call Sports, you go to Neil. I've been invited to 3 out of the 5 I've been invited for. And Magda even looked at prices from Australia to get me over there. She looked at it, but it's just too much for her budget. Cost me forever. But of course, I was on King of the Table. Monster Factory invited me straight after their last Monster Factory. Said, we want to get you here. I'm just not allowed into America at the moment. So there you go. Twitch takes 50%. That's interesting. I won't be at the January East versus West, but once again, when Engan does a live stream, let him know. Mediocre Pronator says it's peaked in its current underground bubble. Interesting. Oh, man. My man here from Kentucky's bringing Benny Boy is bringing people from all over the world to compete at Battlegrounds too. And I hope you all know what this is. So Benny will come on one of my call-in shows, hopefully for the times when I do another call-in podcast. But, I mean, you've got Devon, Chance. I think Matt Masker's interested. I think you're speaking to Coach Ray. But that's the problem. Like, you're saying, I hope you all know what this is. No, tell us what this is. Tell us what this is. For example, when you walk into practice or you walk into a party, you should say hi to everyone. I'd be changing this, Benny, and going, Battlegrounds 2 is going to have Devon versus so-and-so, Chance versus so-and-so, Alex versus so-and-so. I do love you, Benny. And, you know, I try and help whenever I can. Okay. Where was I before we wrap up? I haven't received anything on PayPal, my man, but I hope you're doing well. What else have we got? People are talking about a team format. A team format. There you go. Brisbane 8 versus Ottawa Highhookers. I know a lot of people like the team format situation, but we just got to work it. Table Monkeys have been trying the team format situation. Derek Smith is working on arm wrestling teams. You just got to get them even. You've just got to get them even, because if it's like, you know, say if you do Canada versus England and then you have Devon versus Lachlan, well, we know Devon's winning. And then Matt Mars versus Ryan, we know Matt Mars. So it's like, that's not going to work. But if we can have some sort of evenness with a few big, or it's, I don't think team sports is the answer. What I would absolutely love is like Team Devon versus Team Dennis Ultimate Fighter format. I believe if we can get someone to film, produce, and whack it on TV, a weekly episodic, and who becomes the ultimate arm wrestler, the ultimate puller, for me, that's what I think. I think would be awesome. I invite Derek on the show all the time. He's always welcome. Last week, he was going to come on with me about pay-per-view sales. His day just got a bit busy. So Derek's always welcome on the show. Derek and I love each other. So, yeah. I think the Ultimate Fighter style will work. You get invested in the characters. You see the characters. And then you want to then follow their career, and then suddenly they get more matches, and you know that person is. You're personally invested in that. People loved the Game of Arms format, which was team. Which was team stuff. All righty. Guys, don't forget my live stream on starcam.com. Starcam.com. Please, if we can get as many people there to see if this is a good live stream format, if we can get as many people in there, it doesn't cost you anything to be in there. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to jump off the old blower here. and work out. And don't forget, I'm going to do a live commentary. Ryan Bowen is joining me because Uncle John is at Washington State. So Ryan Bowen's going to join me. Just quickly, let me tell you something. You know why slap fighting? It's just come to me. You know why slap fighting people are getting invested in it, people are liking it. Go watch slap fighting videos and see how long it takes. They stand there, they look at each other, they line up, they go whack, and the option of someone getting knocked out in that. There's an element to that people are liking. We have short attention spans. So if someone goes whack and knocks him out, cool, we're on to the next match. Who's next? Holy shit, he just survived that hit from the big-looking dude. That's why slap fighting's worked. Come watch arm wrestling. Oh, it's just going to take him about 15 minutes to set up. Cool. Not bothered anymore. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Anyway, I'm out of here. You Dead Set Legends final for my final thing. Anyone who's made it to the end of the video, has arm wrestling peaked? For me, it is a hard no. I think we are growing. I think we can go to the moon. I absolutely think we can go to the moon. Thank you all so much. If you have time, you can go back. I've put out 6 super matches in a 4-minute video. Go and check that out if you can. You Dead Set Legends. If you love other sports, head over. Love you all to my Aussie calls it. If you love weird sports and things like that, I'm going nuts. I love it. I love each and every one of you. StarCam live, and then I'll chill out until Monster Factory 3. You Dead Set Legends. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you. Don't forget Beer Man's channel in 40 minutes.